Hello and namaste everyone. Thank you very much for tuning into the series that we have been doing called To Be Free for Health, Happiness and Harmony. Hope you have been enjoying the series. Now in this episode, we're going to talk about the importance of a guru in this journey of yoga or in general in life. So let's explore the need for a guru, who is a true guru, how to find a true guru, and how they would help in your journey of yoga or life in general. Now, first of all, let's clear some misconceptions about the word guru itself. The word guru really means, I think a lot of you know this already, it means someone that removes darkness from our life and brings light into our life. Now you might be thinking from a very physical perspective and say, well, there is light always, there is darkness in the night. Then where is the need for light? Of course, we are not talking about the light that is outside. We are talking about the light that is brought when we go through some of these darkest moments of our life. And we go through these darkest moments of our life because we do not know how to lead the life. And of course, we have been talking about the root cause of suffering and pain in life is our mind. So a true guru is the one who is able to help you surpass those hurdles, challenges, blockages, pain, suffering, and the darkness in your life. Now, we use the word guru very loosely in our life. We think every teacher who comes into our life is a guru. Even, let's say, a teacher from your kindergarten, a teacher from your elementary school, a teacher from your university. In general, we use the word guru very loosely, but the guru who really awakens that inner potential, who truly awakens your being, your true essence, is the real guru. Unfortunately, in the modern world, anyone who imparts knowledge is called guru. Like you see the word guru used in tech industry, you use the word guru in sports, you see the word being used in medical science. Anyone who is an expert of certain form of knowledge is considered guru. But it is important to understand that this knowledge is of different types. There is this external knowledge about the material things of the world, and there is the knowledge from within, which is called the inner knowledge or the knowledge of the self. Now, the word guru needs to be truly used for that inner knowledge of the self. The outer knowledge is just about reading something, about learning about something that already exists out there, and it gives us what we call the intellectual stimulation. Of course, you can all relate to this because as we grow up, we learn about things, we learn about science, we learn about social studies, we learn about geography, history. This is all external form of knowledge. So the guru word really needs to be used and applied to the one who helps us know about ourselves, about our capabilities, about potentialities, about our faculties which are hidden inside, which we do not know about. And that person is a guru, and that person is the one who really brings that light into our life. Now, it is also important to understand that the teachers that we usually have in our life, they of course start from our nursery to our university, and then we just enter the world. Now, all these teachers have given us the worldly knowledge, as we just talked about. Now, you enter the world, of course, you jump into the ocean of life in form of your jobs, and then in form of relationships, into your marriages, or whatever form of relationships that you make. And then if you notice, most of our lives start to get messy right after that, because now we have entered the world. The world is made up of people's personalities, behaviors. There are all kinds of people, all kinds of situations for which we have not been trained. We have been trained to say a plus b whole square is equal to, or a plus b is equal to. It is a formula based education that we have learned. But that formula based education is not going to help with dealing the real matters of life. Real matters of life are spontaneous, they're organic, because it comes from people who are so different. It comes from nature, which is so vibrant and so diverse. So there is no standard formula that you can apply that you have learned in your mathematics or your school education. So it needs a different mindset. It needs a different approach to really master the life. Unfortunately, we know in the current world, we all jump into this ocean of life. We don't know how to swim. We get suffocated. We take shortcuts. We try to survive through this. We use the vices of our mind to play the trick of the trade, to become smart. We think that being smart will help us get through a situation. Being smart will help us get through the ladder, career ladder, and go to the top. If we are smart, we can make lots of money. If we are smart, we can attain that name and fame. See, we use this smartness. We think that smartness is really going to get us somewhere. But we don't realize, in the name of that smartness, in the name of the trick of the trade, in the name of that vices of the mind that we use, the vices like jealousy, greed, desires, pride, false ego, all of these we use and we try to get somewhere. And we think that we have mastered life. But we all know from our own experiences, from the experiences of our family members and friends, people who have taken these paths eventually fall at some point, and they are struggling, they're suffocating, they're going through severe pain and suffering, not knowing what to do at that moment. And of course, we know many people take shortcuts in that suffering. They get addicted to tobacco, alcohol, drugs, food, bad friendships, bad relationships. All of these create much more turmoil in life and take them in a path of self-destruction. Now, how do we fix this? Is helping people to master the life. Many of the people who come to us, to Master Sunitha and our organization, are people who are at that crossroads in life where they have lost their peace of mind. They have lost everything. They may have all the material luxuries, material objects in their life, but they have lost their health, they have lost their happiness, they have lost harmony in their lives. So imagine if we are able to train people, if we are able to help people before they get into this ocean of life, how beautiful the life would be. And that is where a true guru comes into the picture. And that is where a guru can help us to know about ourselves, all the mistakes and blunders that we do in our life, because we do not know ourselves. We think by using this intellect, that is also not purified intellect, you see. The intellect that is infested with all these vices, that smartness, we think we can use that and we succeed in life. But ultimately, we all fail. And in fact, that was my state too when I met ancient sage Sunitha Amma. And of course, you have seen my 16 years of transformation in my life, in my journey, how I was able to come back into life in full form and realize the source of health, happiness, and harmony. So that is why we need a guru. And in fact, there is another misconception that we also need to clear. People say that you are your own guru. You don't need an external guru. Now, that is very true. In fact, I do not deny that. But now, if you have to become your own guru, do you know what it takes? It takes the mastery of the mind. It takes the ability to cleanse those impurities that are lurking in the darkest corners of the mind? Do you have the capacity to face your inner enemies? Do you have the capacity to fight and clear those inner enemies? Do you have the capacity to purify your own mind? Many of us, I bet, don't even understand this. I did not understand this until I came to ancient says Sunitama. I thought I got good education, I can live my life. But I never thought that mastery of life is a completely different ball game. And that is where ancient sages like Sunitama comes into the picture. So it is very important for people. I know it is our false ego which will not let us accept an external physical form of guru. I have seen many people in my life who reject an external form of a guru because they are so deluded with their false ego that they think that they can become their own gurus. And I have seen the downfall of such people in many, many ways. And later they have realized that they do need a real external form to help them guide in their life. And now, not only that, to master the mind, have you ever paused and understood how complicated this mind is? Now, I'll give you an example. You want to become a doctor, or you want to become an engineer, you want to become an actor, you want to become an artist. Whatever you want to become, it takes a lot of guidance. Even just to start learning the alphabets, you needed someone to teach you those alphabets. You needed someone to form words from those alphabets. You needed someone to create sentences from those alphabets. You needed someone to help you talk, to form those sentences and to communicate. So you needed someone to help you. And most of us, of course, have learnt all of this from our mother or father, who are our first gurus in a way. They have helped us learn this external knowledge. Later you have teachers who teach all these subjects. Then you go into university, you have professors, you have lecturers. All of these people help you to attain mastery over a certain subject. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a dentist, you want to be an actor. You received this training over a period of time who have guided you and who have helped you fix your problems, rectify the mistakes, and grow into a professional in whatever area of profession you have chosen. Now, just to become a master in your profession, it takes about 25 years, starting from our kindergarten to getting your degree and getting out into the world. In some cases, it takes 30 years. So anywhere between 20 and 30 years is what it takes to master a specific form of skill so that you can use that skill and apply that in the world to make a living. Now, all of these skills are external skills, which means you have to learn how to become a best engineer. You use machines, you learn from those, you apply those, and then you make those machines, and then you become a master. You want to be a doctor, you cut through those dead bodies, you do all those dissections, you understand by doing those dissections many times, and then under the guidance of a professor, you start to treat patients, and then you start to do some small surgeries on patients, and then you master surgery, and then you become a surgeon. Just to really master something that you can see with your two physical eyes and be able to fix that by cutting, opening, stitching, or clearing it, clearing a tumor, clearing a blockage in your heart, or whatever it is. And then you put stitches back together. That skill took so many years. Now imagine the mind, the emotions, the thoughts that you cannot see with your two eyes. Imagine the kind of expertise, the kind of training, the kind of mastery you would need to conquer this mind, to build that skill set, to first understand the mind, to master it, and then train it, and then to carry it rest of your life. That is why, my dear friends, we see the need for a guru for an entire lifetime. Because to master the mind, to master these senses, to master the thoughts, to overcome the blockages, to overcome the hurdles, emotions, to clear those subconscious clutters that keep bothering us in the middle of the night, that wake us up in the middle of the night, the traumas and the pains that we go through. Can you imagine what kind of mastery is required for that? So now you tell me, can you be your own guru? You know the answer. So that is the need for a guru. Some people say God is your guru. Now that's a completely different discussion we'll reserve for another episode. First of all, we really need to understand who is God. And only then we can really see that God as a form of a guru. I'm not talking about just walking into a building and looking at an idol or something and saying, this is my guru. You know what, my dear friends? To bow your head in front of a stone is a lot more easier than to stand in front of a real teacher, a master, who is there to help fix the flaws in our minds. That stone is never going to come and fix our minds. I'm not saying that we shouldn't go to any religious places and pray. It is beautiful. It is one of the steps in the journey. It is one of the steps to understand about ourselves. Those rituals and karmas and duties that we perform are amazing. But ultimately, we all need someone in a physical form to help us. Now, is Guru really a physical form is another question. And you will understand that in a moment, once we understand different types of gurus. Now, the question comes, who is the right guru? Well, there is no right or wrong guru. There are different types of gurus depending on the level of your consciousness, depending on the stage of life in which you are, depending on your capacity to understand, depending on how open your heart is, you will be attracted to such a guru or a teacher. Now, ancient wisdom, of course, classifies these gurus as Bodha Guru, Veda Guru, Nisiddha Guru, Kamya Guru, Vachaka Guru, Suchaka Guru, Karana Guru, Vihita Guru, different classifications. I think there are about 8 forms of gurus. The one who is teaching from the scriptures, the one who is helping you regulate your mind, the one who helps you do certain duties in a right way, the one who helps you perform daily rituals in a certain way, the one who helps you clean your mind, the one who helps you perform your karmas in a righteous way. So there are different types of gurus, and we see that. I mean, there are people who are very good at lecturing because they are just reading scriptures and giving. That is one level of knowledge. Again, it's an external form of knowledge, theoretical knowledge. There are some gurus who tell you you ought to perform these duties, you have to perform these rituals on a day-to-day basis. That is another level of, teacher or a guru who helps build some discipline. But now the ultimate guru is the one who helps you with cleaning your mind and helping you realize that subtlest of the subtle, pure self. The one who can help you to attain self-realization is the Karana Guru, because he will clear all the cause and effects in your life. If you see this life, it is nothing but a bundle of cause and effects, which is nothing but our karmas, which means every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So throughout our life or many lifetimes, we have done certain things, which was the cause, which will result in an outcome, which is the effect. So cause and effect is basically what our life. Today, what you are is because of cause and effects of many, which is what is the Karana, the subtlest of the subtle cause, because of which you are in this situation. Now, a true guru is the one, the Karana Guru, will get to subtlest of the subtle states of our consciousness and clear those karmas, cleanse those vices, cleanse those impurities, and naturally help you reveal your true self. There is no talking, there is no lecturing, there is no techniques. It is beyond all those. And I have been blessed to have found such an amazing divine Karana Guru, an enlightened master who is in the silence, who is in that state of pure bliss, who is constantly experiencing that state of pure bliss and being able to transmit that beyond space and time to anyone, anywhere who wants to connect and open their heart. He is ready to heal, he is ready to clean, he is ready to reveal your highest self. And that is what happened for me 16 years back. When I walked into the presence of such Guru, I did not realize that she was a Guru. That is the simplicity of highest Guru. They do not proclaim themselves to be a Guru. They do not wear some special attires to make themselves look like a Guru. They do not do anything special or abnormal or unique to show that they are Guru. They are like your friend. They are like your best pal. They are there just to help you, to cleanse you, to take upon our suffering in the form of cleansing those karmas and taking upon those suffering to themselves and relieving us from that suffering. And have been blessed with such a great ancient sage, Sunita Amma. And again, like I said, I was not aware of that when I started my journey with her. But as my impurity started to clear, I started to understand that this Guru is not really a physical form. Remember we were talking about, is Guru really a physical form? No. Guru is that essence of that purity, a subtle vibration. Just through that vibration, they will work on anything. Through that vibration, they will manifest anything for you. Through that vibration, they will make your life blissful and beautiful. They don't want to talk. People want to talk to Sunita Amma. The only talk she does is during that consultation 1 hour. After that, she says, I don't need to talk anymore. I don't even need to see you anymore. Because they connect to you through that pure consciousness vibration. When a person sits in front of ancient Sage Sunita Amma, she is not looking at a physical body because she herself has not identified with her physical body. Do you know how difficult it is, my dear friends, to not identify yourself with a physical body, to not identify with the mind and be in that state of pure consciousness? And that is the reason when we sit in front of such ancient sages, they are not looking at how handsome or beautiful you are, how tall or short you are. No, they are looking at that consciousness layer because they are using the eye of that consciousness. They are not using the physical eyes. They have become that embodiment of that pure consciousness, and through that pure consciousness, they are seeing through our consciousness and they know what is going on inside. They understand where the work needs to be done. And once they understand, they are not there to say, yes, they will teach you some techniques. Of course, techniques are there everywhere. Yoga techniques, breathing techniques. There is some value to it. But the pure divine vibrations of such ancient sages goes deeper than the techniques. They work in cleansing our vices and impurities and peel us layer by layer by layer. And I myself am a witness to my own transformation in 16 years of life. And they do this with pure unconditional love. That is the greatest quality. They do it with pure innocence. They are so soft as a butter, but fearless as a lion. They are so forgiving as a mother, but at the same time, so grounded, so robust, unshaken by any changes. No fear of death, no fear of people, no fear of anything. All that they want to do is take everyone who comes into their presence and treat them like a little baby. Sunita Amma always says, you are a 1-day-old baby now. You are a 1-year-old baby. Now she says, Suman, you are a 16-year-old boy. How beautiful it is, you see, my dear friends. This is how ancient sages have transmitted that beautiful knowledge of non-duality, Advaita, of the yoga. It was not just by doing some yoga asanas or doing some pranayama techniques. That is just a small part of the bigger journey. The bigger journey is true transformation. When they see you, they know you better than you know yourself. Because they are seeing through everything. And they know where you can elevate up to. And they will keep lifting you, and put you up. They want you to be better than them. I have seen Sunita Amma say so many times to every single student who has come to her. She thinks everyone is a god who comes to her. She feels actually grateful that people come to her. It should be the other way. I should be feeling grateful that she has taken me as her student, as a disciple, all these years, bearing all my ignorances, my attitudes, my vices, my impurities. Yet, always tending and caring with that pure divine love of Mother. That is what a true Guru does. Now, how do you find a true Guru? Like I said, in my life, she just appeared. From nowhere. From nowhere I landed in Vancouver. There was no reason for me to be here. Now I realize the reason why I'm here. Within a few days after landing in Vancouver 16 years back, she came into my life. She knew everything what I was going to do. I did not know at that time what I was going to do. But today, I know. So my dear friends, seek out rare ancient sages like this, who not just teach techniques, but are an embodiment of that pure vibration, that subtlest of the subtle, Sukshma. And the journey is beautiful. Sthulam, Sukshmam, Sukshmataramam, Sukshmatamam api. It starts at a physical level and then it goes to the subtle level, subtler level and subtlest of the subtle level. How does it go through? It starts with sparsha, by touch. Touch means not hugging. Sunita Amma, no hugs. No touching. No touching the feet. No falling on the feet. No putting garlands on her. She's beyond that sparsha. Sabhashana means speaking. Even that is very minimal because she loves to be in that silence. She wants to work on everyone in that silence. Then comes darshana, looking at her. Even that very minimal. You don't get darshana very frequently. It's not like I want to go to the master anytime I want to just sit in her presence. Yes, we used to go once a week for the class. Of course, with COVID, that is also gone. Beautiful experience, you see that? Now, without darshana also, fine. Then what do you connect with? Sankalpa. Remember the word Sankalpa, my dears. That subtlest of the subtle intention. That intention is a pure vibration. She connects with that. That is the journey. In general, it is sparsha, sabhashana, darshana, sankalpa. But in Sukshma, only sankalpa. You don't need all the other three. Yes, it is good. It is good. Because we are still living in this physical form. We still yearn for that sabhashana. We still yearn for that darshana. But truly, you don't need any of that. If you are really ready, if you really have that understanding, if you really want to transform your life completely inside out to be in the journey of enlightenment, to be in the journey of spirituality. When I say the word enlightenment, I'm not talking about some mumbo jumbo thing. To know about yourself completely. Spirituality, to realize your highest potential. What is that highest potential? That pure consciousness, that Brahman, that Atman, which is beyond the mind, senses, and the body. Such journey is Sukshma, and such is the great ancient sage Sunita Amma. I hope you learnt about the need for a guru, types of gurus, how to find a guru, how do you get drawn to a guru. Truly, they are not a physical form, it is a force. It is an effulgence of the radiation that comes from them. Yes, there is only that physical form, but they are beyond that. When they speak, they are not speaking from the intellect. They are not speaking from a logical conclusions that they draw in the mind. They are speaking just from what is flowing in form of the divine intelligence from the universe. There is that subtle intelligence which is called Prajnanam in ancient Sanskrit language. Prajnanam Brahma means that subtlest of the subtle intelligence is that pure consciousness. I always tell people, when Sunita Amma speaks, think that it is universe speaking. That pure consciousness that is everywhere, that is speaking through that person. But of course, with our crooked minds, we interpret it in many ways. The problem is in us. I'm telling you, my dear friends, 16 years, I have been through a beautiful intellectual journey in my life before that. A scientific journey in my life before that. An emotional, artistic journey before that. But here I realized, this journey is beyond all of that. In that silence, in that realization of self, you will realize. So, just relax, drop your shoulders. As I am speaking about Sunita Amma, as I am speaking about the great ancient sages, I am already drawn into that bliss. I am permeated by that bliss. Every cell of my body is dripping with that bliss. Just bring that smile. Pay attention to your breath. Spread that smile into your heart. Going deeper and deeper into your heart. Enjoy the deep breaths. Fill your tummy with those breaths. As you go deeper and deeper, as all those voices clear, as you become empty and become nothing inside, in that emptiness, you will become the flute, just like a flute which is empty. But when you breathe into that, a beautiful, melodious tune comes out of it. That is what a true Guru does. He takes away all that pulp inside in the form of vices, empties the mind completely. All that remains is that purified mind, nothing in it. And they fill it with that pure divine vibration. Then you will start to sound like a flute. Blissful, peaceful, harmonious. And your voice of the inner conscience is awakened. That inner conscience becomes the music of your life. That inner voice is always awake, playing the tune of that subtle self. And then the true Guru will connect that conscience with consciousness, which is everywhere. I am not saying this after reading a book or hearing any lectures. Every word that is coming out from my deepest of the deep self is a true experience of that merger of inner conscience and the pure divine consciousness. I was a witness to myself. You can become a witness of yourself. A true Guru allows you to be skeptical. Clear all your doubts and then move on. Don't get stuck in those doubts forever. Clear the doubt. Move on. Clear your mind. Clarify your mind by churning it and getting the butter out of it. Just like churning the buttermilk. You get that butter. And when you melt that butter, you get the nice divine aroma of ghee, clarified butter. That is how the journey with a true Guru is. They will churn your mind, clear the impurities, and create butter. Reveal that butter. And slowly warm that up, session after session, so that you can smell and taste that pure ghee. The nectar oozing through your throat, filling your heart. Enjoy that bliss. Never leave that smile for yourself. Be in this state however long you want. It's your time, your precious time. Be in bliss of your being.